script writing techniques and we'll try to implement a small script, and with this we will understand basic commands and functions in MATLAB. So let's get started. So to start a script, we'll go here and click new script. So a new script is opened, and what I want to implement, for example, I want to define a variable XL, and the equation for that variable XL is equal to 2 pi FL. Those who are with electrical background and those who have studied basics in basics of inductor, they are well aware with this. This is the equation of inductive reactance. Let me write this equation. The equation is XL is equal to 2 pi F and L. So what I want to do is I want to write a small script for this equation. So now let's start. So the equation is XL is equal to 2 into pi. If you write pi, MATLAB directly understand it as pi. You do not need to write 3.14. And then we'll write X multiply by L. So this is the first line. Now let me tell you that when you run this MATLAB script file, how MATLAB starts understanding the script file. It will start with line 1 column 1. So this is line 1 column 1. So it will start solving this equation with this XL is equal to 2 pi F into L. But see, 2 and pi is known to variable because these are 2 digits and pi is already pre-installed in MATLAB. So pi is a basic by default function. Now X and L, these two is unknown variable for MATLAB. So you need to keep in mind whenever you are preparing your script file in MATLAB that this thing should be clear, that whenever, see, this is on first line, right? For example, it is in third line. Your script file is going to solve any of the equation or running any of the line. It should be aware with all the variables in that line. But here X and L is unknown. So what we need to do is when MATLAB reaches line number 3, it should be aware that what is X and what is L. So from this it is clear that we need to define X and L before line number 3. So what I am doing, I am defining X is equal to 50, right? So we have defined X is equal to 50, and let's define L is equal to 0.002. So what happens, we have defined X, we have defined L. So now when MATLAB starts running this script file, it will store X as 50. So first it will store 50 in workspace. When it comes to line number 2, L is equal to 0.002. So it stores value of L. And when it reaches line number 3, it's understand that XL is equal to 2 pi XL. So from this, it will use value of X and L. Whatever we have value assigned to this X and L previously into this script file, it will take values from that. And then it will calculate XL. So what we'll do, we'll just run this small 3-line script and let's see what will happen. But see, initially we have not saved this file, right? So without saving, when you press run, it will show save. See, save this. So what we'll do, we'll write it as simple script. Simple script. And we'll store this thing in MATLAB work, right? So we'll store it here, MATLAB work. Let's save. So now over here in editor you can see the path, but whenever you change the path, it will ask to add to path. So we need to just click on add to path, and then it runs the script. We have the answer, XL is equal to 0.6283. What I was showing you is, this section will show you the path of your script file, right? This section will show you the path of your script file. Why I am going slow in this video? Because this is very basic and initial section of the programming of MATLAB. So it is very important to understand each and every aspects of this programming syntax, so that in future you can make programs by your own, right? Now let me show you a few more things in this script file. See, if you have defined X and L before this thing, before this line, then that's fine. But by mistake, if we are defining it below this, then what will happen? Let's run and check it. Let's clear this thing. Clear all the variables from the workspace. So clear all is the command to clear all the variables from the workspace. And now we will run. So MATLAB shows that undefined function or variable X is written. So this X is undefined. Why it is undefined? Because it starts with line 1. There is nothing in line 1, so it will come to line 2. So XL is equal to 2 pi. So up to pi, everything is known to MATLAB. But when it comes to X, it will check, and it will go and check its workspace. But there is nothing mentioned like X in its workspace. So what MATLAB will understand? It is undefined function or variable, right? So that is why MATLAB is asking that there is some error. It is undefined function or variable X, right? In that, MATLAB asks that error in this simple script. So it is the name of our script, line 2. So there is error in simple script line 2. So there is some error in line 2, right? So this is how MATLAB asks you that there is something wrong with that syntax. Please try to correct it. So what we'll do, we'll cut this X, paste it over here. L still below, right? L is still below that line. Again we'll run this thing, and now let's see. Undefined function or variable L. Up to X, everything is fine. It will start with line 1, X is ready, XL2 is okay, pi is okay. Now X is also okay because it is defined before line number 2. But L is not okay because we have not defined L before it. So what we will do, we will define L, run it, and now the result is here in front of you. So this thing you need to make it very much clear that whatever formula you are writing or whatever equations you are implementing, you need to make it sure that all the variables in that equation, it should be appear before that equation. Now let me show you one or two more things in this script file. For example, for future use, if you want to mention something that this X is the frequency, the L is inductance, so that you can mention using this percentage sign. Place percentage sign and write whatever you want to mention it. For example, we are mentioning it, its frequency, so we are mentioning unit. The unit is hertz, right? So this percentage is represents note. Whatever data we are entering after this percentage sign, this script will understand this as a note, and it will not add this thing as a part of program. When you run this program, it will not be the part of that program. It is just for understanding purpose who write the script, right? Here for example, we are writing its L, so its unit is millihenry or henry. So we are representing as H, and XL, that is reactance, we call it in ohm. So we'll write ohm, right? So we have provided this percentage sign, right? And now let's see, if we run this thing, everything functions well. it's not going to be any issue and any problem for us, right? But now let me tell you that what if by chance we remove this thing, right? So for that, clear everything from the workspace, and now let's run again. So when we run this again, it will show error. Where is this error? In this script file, line number 1, column 22. So this is the script file. It's the line number 1, 1, 2, 3 up to this is column number 22. So the error is in line 1, column 22. Up to this much specification MATLAB gives to us. So it's very easy if you understand. If you learn how to read the errors expression in MATLAB, then it will be very much easier for you to understand all of these things and troubleshoot your scripts in MATLAB. So now once again you are rectifying the error and solving it. Let's run it again, and the things is ready, right? Now one more thing I'd like to show you, that every time when we run this script file, it shows x is equal to 50, L is equal to 0.002 and then XL. But what do we want? Where we are interested? We are interested in only knowing XL, because these two things we are telling them, right? So we do not want to see these on this command window. So for that, what we will do, we'll again clear this thing. For that, you can place over here a semicolon. The meaning of this semicolon is, on whichever line you are using this semicolon, this means that you do not want to see the result of this line on command window. It will calculate, it will process all the data, but it will not show the output on command window. Let's check this thing. Run this thing. See, this is simple script, our file name, and the result is DirectXL. Variable X and L is stored in the workspace. Over here you can see X and L is available, but it is not presented over here in command window. When you use this semicolon, it does not show result in output. So this is the basics of programming, right? This is how you can prepare basic simple script in MATLAB.